we touched on it a little bit, but when crack really came on the scene, how did that change things?
I think when crack came, it became more affordable. It became more affordable to the masses. It was more potent, and it was ready where you didn't have to do it yourself.
Like in terms of
the processing
it. In your book, you mentioned a few different plugs, right?
Okay.
Sal and Edgar.
Still around right now today.
Okay.
You know, but you know, definitely so far removed from the game, but we still have a relationship and rapport.
Okay.
I got shout out to Sal. So I'm gonna get you your book, Sal. I promise you, I'm gonna get you your book.
Big Dave from LA.
Big Dave, rest in peace. Big Dave was a younger brother to the original founder of Godfather Records and Death Row Records. Shout out to Michael Harry-O Harris.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get to that story too, but that's a connection.
That's their connection. Yep.
But at a certain point, you got a connection straight from Colombia.
Luis.
What was his story? And can you say who he was affiliated with down there?
Luis was tied into Pablo Escobar. Mm-hmm. You know, is the Medellin Cartel is who he was tied to.
Okay, so now you're getting in some deep shit here, right? Like
I'm getting into some deep shit, dude. Yeah.
Because now we're talking about an international cartel that really changed world history, right?
Yes.
So now you kind of reached a new height of like how much was your operation moving at this time?
I talk about my introduction to Luis and me paying the money to secure a relationship with Luis, and then Luis disappearing for a couple of months, and that's when I met Dave, and Dave filled that void until Luis came back, and I got a phone call, from Colombia. And I talk about it in my book, how Luis got back in contact with me. And, I was good for buying 50 to 100 with my own money. But, someone to say that I'm sending you 1,000, man, this is something that I could have got killed for. I didn't have the money to pay for the 1,000. I had the money to pay for my 50 and my 100. But he sent me 1,000, which forever changed my life.
So the Medellin Cartel sent you 1,000 kilos to put on the streets of the Bay Area.
Yes.
That is a very serious undertaking right there. Like you said, that's not risking your life, that's risking everybody's life.
My family's life.
Right.
The whole B team.
Were you aware of like just how deep you were in it at that point?
I did.
Yeah.
I had an uncle, Willie Beasley Sr., and I had Ron Newt Sr. that served as, ambassadors and concierge for me, and always kept me advised of just what I was getting involved in.
Mm-hmm. And how much money on a regular basis was that bringing in?
I was making anywhere between $4,500 to $6,500 per kilo.
Okay, so let's multiply that times. You said 100.
1,000.
1,000. I'm not that good.
$6.5 million.
Okay.
Anywhere between $4 to $6 million.
That's
off each load.
Regular basis.
Yeah, off each load.
That's some serious shit, man. Well. Like you kind of also started bringing in. So I want to also get to this too. You also had a relationship with Felix Mitchell too, before he passed away.
Very small.
Okay.
Very, very small. I met him in the county jail when I was doing weekends for some traffic violations that I had. And during this time, they used to house us in the gym. My father was doing a violation, getting ready to do a violation, and Felix was in there, and they cultivated a relationship in which they would both come back. The guards at 850 Brown would let them come to the back and talk to me. I'd get there Friday night, and I would leave Sunday night. And they would let them come back there and talk to me from the bars at the gym.
And so, basically, like Felix Mitchell was also a mentor to Lil D.
Yes, it's like an uncle to him.
Yeah. So this is kind of also like the connection between y'all. In your book, you mentioned going a thing long to see if you could eventually get the attention of Shrimp Boy.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up meeting Shrimp
I did.
Boy? Okay.
I did.
Did you do business with them?
No.
Okay.
We just, we met, we talked, and just to get a feel for him in that community. I did with his brother. Me and his brother did some things. Not he and I. It was done through his brother. And then I had another guy that worked, Chinatown for me.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting because, again, growing
Me going
up,
looking for him?
Yeah, that was because I know Thing Long. I know exactly where that's at, and I know some of the clientele that's up there. Growing up in Frisco, you know that, we don't have really the Italian mob as much.
No.
We don't really got.
I just,
we got the Chinese connection in San Francisco.
I often wonder now, when I grew up, the San Bruno area was full of Italians.
Uh-huh.
Now it's Chinese.
Yeah.
Where did the Italians go?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I mean, I've researched little stories of like the mob out here at North Beach, but that's like a long time ago.
Where they went somewhere.
Yeah,
but nobody knows where they went. It was a trucking company off of cross street from Bayview Park called, what was it, DeLuca. I think it was DeLuca Trucking. They was big Italians. And Italians was in the visitation area. They were on San Bruno. But can anybody please tell me, where is the Italian community in San Francisco?
Yeah, even in North Beach,
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're like dinosaurs now.
Yeah.
You don't see Italians and you don't see Colombians. They're dinosaurs.
Well, the Chinese connections is still going strong. And
still going strong.
I just thought that was interesting that you had
that I went looking for Strip Boy.
You went looking for him, and then you ended up actually connecting with. The way you told it, again, I'm not going to spoil it, so they
they gotta read it. They gotta read it.
Yeah. But the way he broke that down was pretty interesting. So
he and I had a thing, let me see if I can find it. He and I had a thing that we always used to talk about. He says, James liked it the ladies. He liked it the ladies. That's what he would say.
Oh, shit.
And they do really good hustle on it. They bring in some job, or they go to another job site and just clean up another job site.
He talking about your daddy.
Well, he's talking about your father's operation.
When did you meet James? You can say, like, I met James.
Yeah, I mean, back in the 85 in the party.
You listen to me.
Right in the party. Just like when we first met, I people already tell me about, hey, that James. And you know anything about him. And that's from the distance, we just watching people.
Wow. I'm glad I asked about that because
here it is.
Yeah,
here's an interview with him.
Wow. Yeah, Shrimp, for those who don't know, Shrimp Boy, one of the most notorious underworld figures in Frisco.
Yep.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.